Hi, this is Alisha here at Cosmic Gateway. This is the July 2018 intuitive guidance reading for this particular card. If you have stumbled across this video on YouTube, I will get you to tune into your own intuition to ask if this is a message for you. If the answer is yes, please enjoy and continue watching. If the answer is no, I will put a link in the description box below to the introductory video, and you can go back there and select a different card. So let's see what the month of July has in store. Oh. Let's see. Let's get one or two more cards. Ooh, nice. One more. Okay, perfect. All right, so what we have, oh, nice, this is a nice reading. Okay, so the first card that's come up is the regret card, and knowing that you can't change the past. So this card here, so this card reminds me of, quite often in life we have things that have happened that haven't necessarily turned out the way we would like, and we can be in a state of reflection and regret, and we go over and over in the mind thinking, if I'd only done this or I'd only done that, things would have been different. But the reality is that everything is quite divinely orchestrated in our lives, the more we see it and view it from a higher perspective. So the regret that we may feel is just an emotion that's teaching us something about that situation. And so ultimately, putting the past to rest for this beginning of this month, and accepting the way that things are and have unfolded, and what the most important thing is, what have you learned from that experience, and how can you take that learning and that wisdom and that knowledge and move forward, is ultimately what's important. So allow yourself to let go of any kind of past hurt or regret that you might feel in whatever scenario that is most prominent to you, and I'm sure you can think of one or two or many, and you might want to seek some guidance of having a session where someone can help you kind of release the energy from that experience so that you can move forward, because quite often the situation is gone, it's past, it doesn't even exist. We're living in this present, more now state than ever before, but we hold on energetically to those patterns and that's what can give us the illusion that we're not moving forward. And quite often when we can go through that internal shift and release that, then we start to feel better and things start to move in a more positive direction. So take that time to work with that emotion and release that, I would recommend for the beginning of the month. The next card that's come up is let yourself receive. So allow others to give you loving care and receive without guilt or apologies. So important. Know how important you are, know how divine, grand being of light that you are, and just quite often we are conditioned as human beings not to receive, and we have to constantly do. But there's a flow, there's a natural universal flow of giving and receiving. And sometimes if we're putting out and giving too much, we're blocking the flow of receiving. And sometimes that can be the hardest lesson that we can learn, is learning to receive and be, sometimes people really struggle with receiving. I know that's been part of my journey. I had to learn some hard lessons around that. But, take this time to know that you are deserving, and it's about self-worth, and know that you're worthy of receiving. And the more you can really appreciate that and take whatever comes your way and say, thank you, I'm really grateful for that, it opens up for more and more and more, and life gets more and more magical. So allow yourself to receive, even if it's in the smallest gesture, and be grateful for that, and really honor and treasure the people in your life that are wanting to support you in whatever way they can. So allow yourself to receive. Whew. the other two cards that we have, we've got the Angel of Soul Love. Time to look at how you value yourself. Issues around self-love. So I guess that goes hand in hand with self-worth and self-love. And quite often in relationship dynamics, especially in twin dynamics, it can be the hardest lesson that we have to learn to love ourselves unconditionally first. It's so easy to go out and feel love because we're giving to another, and sometimes it can be really difficult on the receiving end. So, you know, take some time to really look and reflect in how you can lovingly serve yourself, allow the universe to give to you or through people or situations, and know that in the process of doing that, that's actually healing on a really deep level some of your most loving connections that you have in this lifetime. So the more we give to ourselves, the more we grow in our own individual journey, it actually impacts all the different aspects of our life. And that's such a important aspect, I feel personally, is that you know, when we grow in our own strength and our power and become that self-master, that transforms everything in our life. You know, it's really about shifting belief systems and energy patterns that have hindered us so that we can evolve. So generally situations are created in our life so that we can do that. And that's such an amazing part of the work that I do. And it's amazing that just by an energy shift within us or a shift in perception can actually change external situations in our life and bring our loving relationships stronger and closer together, you know, whether that's family or a loved one. So keep that in mind for this month. You know, let the past be the past. You know, see what you've learned from that. Really open yourself up to receive and receive from yourself. And know that you are worthy, and you are worthy of great love. You are worthy of everything that your heart desires. But really it starts within us. So take that time to look at that and see how by transforming a belief system or a perception can actually shift your external reality. It's quite magical. And the final card is the Goddess of Justice. So what seems injustice is actually a blessing. And I honestly couldn't agree more. Quite often, not quite often, pretty much always, things can go pear-shaped in our life. Things start to run smoothly, and all of a sudden there's a bump in the road. And from our human level of perception or thinking, that bump in the road can really bring us down and can create big chaos or unhinge us emotionally or whatever it does. But really that is the ultimate part of that journey, is to overcome that bump in the road. And it's that bump in the road that may feel very painful and challenging, but once you find a way to manage and move beyond that, you actually look back and you see how magnificent that bump in the road was, because it took you either on a different path or it allowed you to bring out aspects of yourself you didn't even know existed. So, and know that, you know, everything falls in divine order. So take some comfort in knowing that if you are or have been going through a challenging situation, that everything kind of comes into a balance as it's meant to. And I feel that the month of July will bring in a lot of balance for a lot of people. It'll bring a lot of cycles to a close. So take some time for reflection, let the past go, you know, find that deep love within you, and know that there is a divine order and everything is working out. The universe is always working with you and for you, no matter how it may seem or feel. So I hope that resonates. I hope that helps someone. I'm sending you so much love. If you're interested in any of the services that I provide, I'll put a link below to some of the services that I offer if you're interested, and my email address if you just want to connect with me. And until next month, I'm sending you so much love and wishing you a fabulous month. Okay, bye.